from a UK queen to send a UK queen home for the second time, because if she had won the week before, she also would have sent home Jonbers. So to send home Gotti as well, it's not a good look.
Hello, my loves. I'm Zac, and welcome back to another episode of Pop Off with Metro, the chat show where we talk to the eliminated queens of RuPaul's Drag Race UK versus the World Season 2. And joining me in the studio today, it's the one, it's the only, Ketamorphosis. It's Keta Minaj.
Hoi, Ketamorphosis. How you doing?
Keta, welcome to the show. How are you doing today?
Well, to be honest, I'm fine. Yes. Of course, I'm kind of bummed, of course, because I didn't want my adventure to go like this. But things go like they go, and I'm still here, still fabulous.
Yeah, and if there's any challenge to be sent home on, I think for it to be Snatch Game is pretty iconic.
Is it? Yes.
It doesn't get any more iconic than that. You'll be remembered.
Yeah, true.
For sure.
That's true. Yes.
How did it go in the challenge? What was going through your mind during the Snatch Game and when the cameras were rolling? What was happening with you?
I knew what I was doing, but
yeah.
I didn't really, because
the world was happening and everything's just going.
I think I had an out of body experience, and I saw myself and I was like, what is she doing? What is she doing?
In the episode, you said that Tia sent you home because she couldn't send home another UK queen, having just sent Jonbers home. What do you think Tia's strategy was there?
Of course, to send home a strong competitor, for sure.
Yeah.
And probably of course, they're also friends, and you cannot expect from a UK queen to send a UK queen home for the second time, because if she had won the week before, she also would have sent home Jonbers. So to send home Gotti as well, it's not a good look. So I totally understand it. I understand it. Do I like it? No, I don't like it, but I understand it, and to be honest, I think like next week is going to be a musical, it would have been a strong suit for me, I'm a theater girl.
That's
so
true. That is true. Because you also made it to, was it the top 4 on your Holland Season 2 series? So
yes.
They all knew that you were a threat. They all knew that you were a triple threat.
They knew I was a threat. Yes, for sure. Of course. You remember the scene that everybody wanted to get me out? I was like, okay.
Yeah. It was, I can't remember the name. I think it was Teresa, Scarlett. I think they all said your name. I think it was
everybody said it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
What was going on?
I was already thinking I was going home the week before, so I was saved by Scarlett. So I was like, okay, let's go for it. Let's nail this Snatch Game. But I didn't.
And Gotti did say in the episode actually that she didn't know if she had the strength to go on. She said that to Tia. Do you think Tia could have possibly kept Gotti because she didn't see her as a threat?
For sure. Absolute. Yes.
These girls are playing mind games. They're playing tricks.
Yeah, it is. Drag Race is one big mind game,
Yeah, sure.
You need therapy when you get out. For sure. Yes.
It's the psychological elements. That's why I love it so much, because I'm thinking, I'm trying to be inside their brain. I feel on a normal season, it's not so much like that. But All Stars, when you have so much power, you can send your own competitors home. That's when it flips on its head and it feels so different.
Yeah, because I already had the feeling she was going to choose for Gotti. But there was one moment I said to her, with who do you want to be in the finale? I saw something in her face and I was like, oh shit.
Really? You saw You clocked it.
I brought her maybe on a bad idea, yes.
Speaking of filming the season, what were the main differences for you for filming Holland Season 2 and then UK versus the World Series 2? What was the main difference?
The main difference? Well, basically, there's not really a big difference. I think maybe in the UK, it was a bit more strict and more let's say professional, because
okay.
yes.
How so?
It was it was really like a yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I like that. That sounds fun.
In a good way. In a good way. I really
Always
felt
in a
like,
good
okay, this is the real This is the real deal. Yeah.
Okay. So Holland season 2 was like the practice trial then.
You know, yeah, of course, you know, in my experience, like Holland was, I was more laid back. I was like, oh, I'm gonna do this, you know. I was really in my strength. Yes, I was really in my strength, like, because I had no expectations from Drag Race Holland. I'm just gonna do this.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I was gonna say it's interesting because a lot of queens come back to All Stars and then say that's when they're more relaxed because they're like, or they just want to do it for fun this time. So for you to have the opposite, it's really interesting.
I have the opposite. I had the opposite experience. Like for me, I was in my head. I was like, I had mental breakdowns. I had anxiety. Everything.
Really?
Yes.
Oh no. You know what? I wanted to mention this. You actually say in the challenge that you don't find yourself funny. You say that you don't think that you're a funny queen, and that's why you failed the Snatch Game, essentially. I
said it in the challenge.
But can I say something? You've had some moments that have had me crying. I feel like I need to tell you which moments.
Yeah.
In episode 3, you were in the bottom, and you were deliberating with Scarlett, who was in the top. You approached Scarlett and you were saying to her, "You're so beautiful, you're perfect, you're the best drag queen in the world." And Scarlett goes, "Oh, you're so good at this." I'm crying.
Yes.
I was crying. In the same episode, you then went over to Tia, who's pretending to stroke an evil cat, and she's like, "Oh, don't mind me, I'm just being evil, pretending to stroke my cat." And you say, "Oh, can I try?" And you start stroking the cat with Tia, this imaginary like thing that's not there. I was crying. That
really?
that type of song.
I had to offer her money. I had to offer her money or something.
That type of sarcastic humor is actually what British people love, and I instantly like, this is really funny.
I think the humor is there. I'm not gonna say I'm comedy queen, but too much maybe expectations or whatever. Yeah, it was too much.
And with competing with obviously the girls that you hadn't competed with before, did you know any of the girls, being the only Holland queen? Have you ever met any of them before? Or
no one. I never. Well,
really?
Yeah. Well. I've met a few of the girls a year before on DragCon, but it's more like, "Hey, girl. Hey. Oh, you. Oh, okay. Hi." Like, it's not really like.
DragCon, yeah, I remember. It's wild. You see everyone, and I watched your season. I watched like a Spaniard. And you can tell the British audience, obviously it's not available to us, and actually through WoW, and that's only recently. So the British public obviously don't watch those seasons as much. So there's so many of you girls. I actually wonder, like, do any of them actually like know each other unless they compete on the same season? It's really interesting.
Yeah. No, I didn't know anybody, and I think this was for everybody. I think nobody knew. Well, of course the UK girls, but. Yeah, the rest, we didn't know each other. So I think that is a very nice like piece of situation, like that nobody knows each other. So you really have to look like, okay, what is her strong suit or what is her talent, or you know. So no.
Yeah, and also I think a lot of the UK queens. The UK, again, being like British, UK queens generally are funny. I think that's what UK queens are known for. I don't think UK queens are known for the looks. I don't think they're known for like the fashion, but the humor. And I think that's why Snatch Game, it was sometimes like it was maybe more difficult to go through. But you know what also made me die, which I was laughing at so much? The Ketamorphosis. Where is the Ketamorphosis merch? Give the people what they want. I want socks. When is
you want socks? Yes. Okay, that's actually a good idea. Like even like my bestie already said, like Ketamorphosis, it should be your next song. Like, well, I did like 10 times, like Ketamorphosis, and I wanted to have the, you know, the higher level like transformation. That was the whole thing.
Right, I see. Yeah. For the last 1 minute, we're going to play a quick game that we ask all of our pop-off guests to play. It's a 60-second game of word association. Super simple. I say a word, and then you say the first word that pops into your head.
Okay,
You're going to compare your score with your fellow castmates. Whoever gets the highest score wins a prize. Are you ready?
Yes!
The prize is not Ketamorphosis socks, I'm afraid. That is in production. And I'm going to be the first one to guess it. Okay, I'm starting the clock. And ready? Makeup.
Lipstick.
Drag.
RuPaul.
Occupation.
Drag queen.
Clothing.
Dress.
RuPaul.
Michelle.
Busted.
Me.
Crooked.
What?
Crooked.
Crooked.
Yes. Like crooked teeth. I don't know.
Teeth. Jonbers. No. I don't.
Appendix.
Appendix. Body.
Stimulation.
You want to know, right?
Policeman.
Bobby.
Battery.
Vibrator. Sorry, that comes to mind.
Beard.
Beard.
Keta Minaj, I'm pleased to tell you that you scored 12 points.
Oh my God!
Thank you guys
Yeah.
so much for watching. Tune in next time for another episode of Pop Off. Keta, thank you so much. You are such an iconic queen. It was such a pleasure to have you on our screens. I cannot wait to see you on our screens again. What is coming up in your life? Tell the audience everything they need to know.
I'm gonna do the UK World Tour, of course. I'm gonna do a show in Amsterdam. I'm gonna make more music. So yes, it's not gonna
Amazing.
stop me. Only gonna make me stronger.
Yes.